Okay, here we have to really be careful. A lot of people have commented on my videos recently. I've gained a lot of new followers on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the platforms. And one comment I keep on getting is people saying that New York is one of the most dangerous cities in all the world. People are afraid to come here because they think that every single corner is filled with crime, muggings, terrible violence, screaming dogs, and human poo. Well, today we're going to venture into the most dangerous neighborhood of them all, the Upper East Side. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist, and let's see how dangerous New York City can get. Here we do have to really be careful because at any moment we might see this. I'm going very carefully, try not to alert right here, but here we have two examples of the dangerous crime that takes over New York City. We have an older woman with a dog. The smaller the dog, the more crazy it is. And then lots of baby carriages. Mothers and nannies with their baby carriages. It is quite terrifying. So I'm going to proceed with caution. I would cross the street, but there's way too many cars right now on the street, including huge unmarked black SUVs. I don't know what's going on in those SUVs, but we do have to be careful. We can see how terribly derelict New York City is at this moment. Look at the buildings nearly crumbling down before our eyes. I almost need to wear a hard hat to walk around the Upper East Side. Okay, let's be quiet. There's a baby, can attack us at any moment. All right, watch out. Don't look the dog directly in the eye. Oh my God, that was a close call. That little dog came out of nowhere. It scared me half to death. You do have to watch out because if you get too close to it, especially if you look the dog directly in the eye, there is a chance that it will bite you right in the ankles. And you don't want bitten ankles, do you? So let's see what more dangerous New York is here. I mean, as we can see, New York is in utter devastation. I mean, this is post-anarchy. There's no longer anarchy here. People just stopped caring about New York. Now it's left in utter devastation. You have to watch out also for the cyclists. They're reckless. They can hit you at any moment. Roving gangs of bicyclists on their city bikes. Oh. Neil Wood says, don't look at the taxis. Yes. Kotzi says, packs of wild dogs. I mean, packs of wild dogs would be better than these tiny little dogs that are roving the streets of the Upper East Side. Ron says, those biker gangs with their colorful helmets and tight shorts. Yes, you do have to watch out. Right here, you also have to watch out for the couples riding those Rebel motorcycles as well. As you can see, it's evident that we're walking around what is a modern day hellscape. People like to paint a picture of a pretty New York. Oh, it's so nice, it's beautiful, it's a vibrant city. No, no. I'm gonna prove them wrong with this walk because they've been lying, including myself. I've been telling you that New York is a great city when it really isn't. Crime every single corner. Let's continue exploring the most dangerous neighborhood. Janice says no garbage on the street. I mean, that's when you know it's bad. When there's not even garbage on the street. Street smarts. Whenever you pass an elderly couple walking, be sure to smile, nod, and be on your way. Because you always risk danger. They won't mug you, of course, because this is, you know, not everyone is a savage here in New York. Apparently most people are, according to the comments. But they might stop you. They might chat you up. You might get into a conversation and you may learn their life story. So I would advise to nod and keep on your way. Otherwise, you'll be stuck listening to the life story of someone. Matt says, oh my God, it's horrible. Yeah, it truly is. I mean, look at the devastation. Leaves everywhere. Look at all these leaves. There's a coffee cup. Look at that. Nabu says, be careful if you walk by the park. Young kids are dangerous. Yes, the toddlers that roam in Central Park. Yeah, you really have to practice extra caution there. Tina says, have you ran into the rats the size of a cat? No, not yet. But even worse, there are pigeons about. Squirrels as well. Janet says, oh, the humanity. Gary says, look at all the rundown BMWs. I know. Like, what has the city come to when the only thing that New Yorkers can afford is a nice BMW? What has the city come to? Look at all these closed businesses. I mean, they look like they have open signs, but they're just doing that for show. Joanne says, be careful. I'll do my best. Touring different places says New York is filthy. Look at that. Yeah. Filth all around the street, covered in filth. S-Fields makes a great point. S-Fields says the conditions inside the businesses are so bad that they're bringing the tables outside on the street. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's more dangerous inside than it is outside. Susie said, will you stay in a place like this? I don't know. I'd rather stay in somewhere a little bit more safer. So, of course, I am joking around. I think 10 minutes in, if you don't get the joke, then yeah. I don't think anyone can help. So the reason I started this broadcast that way is because I am utterly shocked by the immense deluge. That's how you say deluge? I like that word. I gotta learn how to use it. Of comments about how New York City is a terrible hellhole. People call it a shithole. People say it's ridden with crime. I constantly hear people saying that there's people all around the streets, you know, vagrants on the street everywhere. I mean, it is a big city, so it is understandable that there is crime. Even the biggest cities in the world are super safe. Copenhagen and Tokyo are two cities that are pretty big. Tokyo is gigantic. Copenhagen is a smaller city. They also have crime. I mean, it's without a doubt that you're gonna have some crime in any major city. And then people saying that this is some of the dirtiest cities that they've ever seen. I'm not sure what New York City people are seeing. It's really not that dirty. It's not. It's clean compared to other places around the world. Daryl says you're turning into a true gangster. Indeed, I am. Henry says, "Good to see your lives, brother." Hey, thank you so much for tuning in, Henry. I appreciate you. Sylvia says Milan as well. Oh, Milan is beautiful. Yeah. There's. Don't take New York City for granted if you're here. Turing says there's a lot of rude people as well. That's what the comments say, yeah. But it's not the case. Landon says, what street was this? This is 81st, let's see. No, this is not 81st. This is 82nd Street and 5th Avenue. Hey Claire, this is the Upper East Side of New York City. Clara says 82nd and 5th is not dangerous. On the contrary, one of the worst. You gotta watch out when you're roaming in front of the Met. The art just might assault you. You gotta watch out. SVL says sanitation workers are heroes. They indeed are. Here's a great hot dog stand run by veterans. It's really cool. SVL says, ooh, culture. Someone said, am I going to the Met? I can't stroll in with my camera. I wish I could. It's not like in Europe where it's a lot easier to go just stroll into museums carrying the camera. It's still a bit tough to live stream inside, but I might at some point soon. MK says you should have not gone to the $1 million neighborhoods to represent the average income in the city. You know, I think sometimes it's worth showing the extremes because yes, you can go to neighborhoods in New York City where, yeah, you will feel a little bit more at danger. You will feel uneasy, and there is a much higher incidence of crime, and there's a lot more closed down businesses. That is the case. There are neighborhoods like that in New York City. New York City is 8 million people. Let me know how much square miles it is. I mean, yeah, square miles. It's huge. Really big city. So just like any other city in the world, you will even find rundown places in the middle of Tokyo. I haven't been yet, but at least from my own experience, Paris. You see rundown places in Paris. You see rundown places in London. You see rundown places in Copenhagen. There was one place that was specifically run down. So it happens in every city. That's the nature of a lot of people living in one singular place. But I think it's interesting to show you the extreme on the other end, the Upper East Side being a very rich neighborhood, to kind of illustrate that if this is nice, a lot of the city is as nice as this. This is representative of many parts of the city. Ida says, that's live, light, yes. Hey, Tass from New Jersey, nice to see you here. Welcome. MK says, so what does the average middle-income neighborhood look like? I've covered many of them. The majority of places I cover are like that. Oh, I gotta go inside here, the American Irish Historical Society. So you can search up many of my videos in Queens are middle-class neighborhoods. Astoria is a middle-class neighborhood in Queens. Long Island City, a little bit higher in Long Island City as well. In Manhattan, northern Manhattan, Inwood, very nice, pleasant neighborhood to walk around in my opinion. Yorkville, which you can see other videos of mine as well of it. Even walking distance to Yorkville, which is more middle class. East Village. Ron says, have I made an offer on the Wall Street apartment yet? No, not yet. Not yet. Still searching for the best super expensive luxury apartment. Daddle from Germany, nice to see you here. Welcome. Whew, it's getting cold. I did see the videos with a lot of streets, trash on the streets, says MK. I mean, that is the case. Yeah, that is an issue that a lot of the city, because we never really figured out how to store trash that is on the side of the street. We don't have trash compartments like European cities do, or alleyways like other European cities or cities in the US like Chicago has. I get a coffee from Ralph's and People Watch, says Landon. Yeah. Oh, Landon says I got a coffee and people kept looking at me as if I had an LV purse. Huh, why is that, Landon? I'm not sure why. Do let me know. But it is a place to people watch too. When does the danger says Susie? Yeah, you can also watch my video on Bushwick. I walked Bushwick for 6 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Never ran into any issues. I've been doing this for years, 6 years already. Walking around extensively through New York and then many other cities around the world. And not once have I ran into an issue. Only a few times, less than a handful of times. Ironically, where I ran into the most angry random person was in a so-called safe city, like which was Stockholm. Wow. So yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to do this live, or I was figuring out a way to do a short video on this. I'm not sure how to even tackle the topic, aside from humor, but it's really kind of disheartening to see New York City having such a rough reputation, not amongst Europeans, because obviously there's a lot of European tourists here. Europeans don't have the sense of New York as being the super dangerous place. It's within America, and I'm not sure why. I'm really curious. What is up? Why is there such a terrible reputation in New York with the rest of America? It's like people are seeing an alternate reality. I've lived here my entire life. Not once have I ran into any crime. I'm grateful. That's the same case with all my friends and family. It's not a common experience. It happens, but it's not a common experience. I felt totally safe walking all around New York City. MK says, love this. This is enlightening. MK, I'm glad. All right, I still have a ticket from the Met because I visited a friend who is a Met member, and he invited me for a chat and a coffee inside the Met, which was awesome. So I still have my ticket. Let me know if you want me, if you want to see a little bit of the Met. I can't do it within this live video to restart the live video. and it won't be the neatest live video because, yeah, I'm at. But let me know if you want to see me live stream in the Mets. Potentially. Can't make any guarantees. I'll do my best. Kay says, because talking about crime is what gets the headlines. Yeah, I think Ireland suffers from something similar. A lot of people have the perception that Dublin is a terrible place to be, but no, Dublin is rather pleasant. Good evening. Hey, Mandy says, yes. Ooh, it's cold. It's supposed to be 50 degrees Fahrenheit, but with all this wind, it's freezing. All right, I'm going to show you one pro tip, which is going to be in my guide. If you want to have access to my guide of New York City, go to urbanist.live/guide. I recommend this museum. I recommend the best places to visit within the museum. And then I recommend also entrance to go to skip the line, in essence, because the line is way shorter in this entrance. So let me show it to you right now. Go to urbanist.live/guide. If someone could put the link, which Ron just did right now. Thank you. Lewis says the beard gets thicker in the winter. Yes, it's quite useful. He who eats toast in the tub makes a good point. Thank you so much for commenting and seeing it on Twitch. Bail reform, illegal aliens being let out, back doors of courtrooms to avoid feds and ICE. Yeah, there's a lot of issues, unfortunately. But it does not affect the common New Yorker and definitely not the common tourist. So, yeah, holistically, yeah, of course New York can improve on many things, but it's not as bad as the news makes it out to be. But thank you so much for posting that. James says, are you a Democrat or Republican? I'm an extreme moderate. I'm a radical centrist. All right, so here is the secret entrance. So rather than going here in the front, it's not a secret entrance, but rather than going here in the front, a lot of people are coming in and out through the front. This area, during peak time, which is going to be the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and also especially closer to the holidays or summertime, this front entrance will always have a line, a huge line. It gets very filled, and you'll be waiting. Sometimes up to 30 minutes, an hour. It could be that long. So A, get your tickets ahead of time, which you can reserve your timetable. But B, go through this entrance, which we see people entering right now. This entrance, much quicker. Now it says it's only for members and online ticket holders. Nope, they actually have a place to quickly buy the tickets. I'll show you a bit. Let me see if I can walk in. Yeah, there's a security check there, so I have to put down the camera. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this quick broadcast. You know, I just want to find out how to better the reputation of New York. I think New York does not deserve the flack it's getting, and yeah, I think it's in America's best interest that we, as New Yorkers and as a country overall, improve the reputation of the most powerful city in the country. That is without a doubt is the most powerful city in the country. It brings in a lot of money. Probably brings in the most money. I assume it brings in more money than even San Francisco. New York City is crucial to our country, financially, in industry, culture, because it's also one of the capitals for film, music, many other forms of media, and also in terms of tourism too. People come all around the world to visit the US, but when they come to the US, they come to New York, and usually that's the first city that they come to. Then they end up visiting other parts of the US, which is wonderful. So I hope it does improve. I'm gonna attempt to go live inside. Stay tuned in a little bit. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a great day, everyone.